Okay, so it is indeed Strixhaven launch weekend, and these commander decks were available last week at my local game store. Although they only had the black and white one. I guess they were pretty popular, so I went there. Dragon's Horde, Hackettstown, New Jersey, and I bought this one not because I like the red and white colors. I do like red, monocolored. I like to play that. But there are some good cards in here that, of all the commander decks, I just wanted to pick up one. And this was the one, even though my favorite colors are green and black, and there's a Witherbloom commander deck for sale. I have a lot of the cards already in the set, and it just didn't seem prudent to spend almost $40 on it. And that's how much this went for at my local game store. They might be a little bit cheaper elsewhere. What the heck is that? You may punch counters as victory confetti. Oh, come on. What? You may use these... You're going to throw it up in the air? Get out of here. Come on. Jeez. Victory confetti. Confetti is like ripped up paper, for God's sake. That's not what we're talking about. Ugh. Don't make it easy, do they? Okay, so this is a new... That's actually... I like that kind of box. And this is... Oh, for God's sake, can you believe how difficult I make this? There we go. If it were up to me... some of my confetti pieces fell out. And more confetti pieces. This is just a waste of paper, for God's sake. Now, what the hell? Oh, look at that. It's not even... Okay, I see. It's not even a card. You know what? Good for them. Good for them for doing this, because what a waste. Those things are just too big and cumbersome to store anywhere. It doesn't fit in the boxes. So let's see what we got. So there's the nice deck box, a separator, the countdown thingamajigger, and here is the deck. So let's see. The professor from Tolarian, he seemed to really like these decks. And there is one card in here that made me really want to get it, because I went to my local game store and asked how much it was, and it was like close to $30. Now, it's going to be a lot less now that it's released in mass in here. But anyway, so this is the Oscar the Reconstructor. Now, I just got a bulldog puppy, and we named him Oscar. So I think this is kind of fortuitous, even though the names are basically pronounced and spelled differently. But I took it as a sign. Sacrifice target artifact. Target creature you control is dead in a turn. Exile an artifact card with mana cost. Create 2 tokens that are copies of the exiled card. Activate only as a sorcery. So smart people, smart players will figure out what to do with that. And so this is the other commander I suppose you could use. Ancient Witness. It is a legendary artifact creature golem. Other artifact creatures you control have haste. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control attack, this deals X damage to target, and you scry X for X number of tap artifacts you control. All right, so clearly I think you want to use artifacts in this deck. So let's just see if there are any. So these are all the Strixhaven cards. Now, there are some that are original to the deck. And let's find them. I think there's 17, it said on the box. Really, I got this just for red cards, because I do want to make like a red Brawl deck. I like to play Brawl with my son. Oh, good, I can always use one of those. Locket, Burnished Heart. That's a cool card, I guess. Let's see. All right, yeah, of course. So yeah, there's a ton of artifacts in this set. But let's get to the rares. Come on. All right, so Angel of Ruins. When Angel of Ruins enter the battlefield, exile up to 2 target artifacts or enchantments. Wow. All right, it costs 7 for goodness sake. Now this thing apparently is one of the more expensive cards in the entire commander block. So when this 3-cost artifact enters the battlefield, search your library for up to 2 planes. Okay, reveal them, put them into your hand. All right, simple enough. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player controls more lands than you, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. So this is kind of like a more expensive version of land tax, so it seems. So something to put in, a mono white deck basically, but it works well here. So this is one of the better cards. Bronze Guardian, double strike, ward. I kind of like the ward mechanic. Must say I do. It's a dwarf. Okay. Demonstrate. When you cast a spell, you may copy it. If you do, choose an opponent to also copy it. Destroy target non-land permanent. Its controller create. Why would you want to let your opponent do that same thing that you're doing to them? I would never use that card. Oh, isn't it cute? It's an elephant. Low shield, Clockwork Scholar. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to attacking artifact creatures, and whenever one or more artifact creatures draw a card. Okay, well, once each turn, but it's an adorable little elephant, so of course you would put it in a white deck. And this is the weaker younger brother of Smothering Tide, monologue tax. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, you create a treasure token. So whenever the opponent draws a card with Smothering Tide, they can pay 2. Otherwise, you draw a card. So if you have both of these out, you're gonna get treasure tokens. So that's another good card to have. Audacious search reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an artifact card in the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Deals damage to you equal to the number of cards revealed this way. Huh. Wow. All right. So that is a gamble. That certainly is a gamble right there. Battle Mage Bracers and equipment. Crypt creatures have haste. If it doesn't matter, if you do, copy the ability. All right. So there's all these things that I really don't understand. Cursed Mirror, become the copy of that creature until the end of turn. Okay, fine. And I think this is a new one. Yep. Whenever Layla, the Blade of the Reforged, attacks, exile top card of your library, you may play that card this turn. Whenever you exile one or more cards from your library. So that's good. I could see putting that. Yeah, Ruin Grind. I think there is one of those Gear Hulks in this is too. Turn all artifact cards. 7 cost. They gain haste until the end of turn. All right. I kind of like this thing. It's a Flying Vigilance Trample for 9. When he dies, you basically you get 3 tokens of it back. With one with Vigilance, one with Flying, one with Trample. I just like the art. That to me is excellent artwork. Cleansing Nova. Okay, yeah, I got one of those. It's nothing new. May cast route as though it had flash if you pay 2 more to cast it. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Well, that's fun. Sun Titan, I've heard of that one. I don't have it, but I've heard of it. And Chain Reaction. X number of creatures on the battlefield. It's a sorcery. Here it is, Combustible Gear Hulk. First strike, when this one enters the battlefield, target opponent may have... Let me start over. When this enters the battlefield, target opponent may have you draw 3 cards. If the player doesn't, you mill 3 cards. Then combustible damage deals to that player equal to the total mana value of those cards. Oh, wow. All right. That's all right. And you get I don't have one of these planeswalkers. Not bad. So then we're getting up to the Feldon of Feldon's Cane, Fame, and Fortune. And we are getting to the reason why I wanted to buy this deck. And here he is, the Hellkite Tyrant. Now, this was almost $30 a couple of weeks ago. And now it's probably down to 15. But, the Siobhan Dragon fan in me I've always been a fan of dragons and Magic. So this is a nice card to get. And, yeah, if you're playing against an artifact-heavy deck, my God. So that can be a fun card to play. And so they do. They give you a bunch of dragons you can play. Pia, Nalar, Human Artificer. All right, whatever. So this could be your commander too. The Prevailer, First Strike, Millcraft. This was probably printed in another set. I really don't know. Bosch Iron Golem, I know that was in Double Masters. And Duplicant, Shapeshifter, Key to the City, Mirror Battlefield, Scrap Trawler, Sculpt and Steel, good old Solemn Simulacrum, Steel Hellkite, Steel Overseer. So there's some good cards in this deck. Of all of them, I think you get the most bang for your buck with this one. But, there are a lot of good cards in all the other ones. So these are the crappy land base, although I like that card. That's fine. Okay. Slayer Stronghold. And, that's cool. That's a great land to include. All right, not bad. Yeah, tapped. Good, a command tower. Indestructible at Darksteel Citadel. All right. And there's Battlefield tapped. Artifact land. Okay, well, there's going to be a white one in here. And there's a Battlefield tap. Don't play it. You gain 1 life. Not bad. Well, can't be blocked this turn. Very nice. So there are some actually good utility lands in here. And there's a Battlefield tapped. Double strike until it's a little bit pricey, but I like the way that you can find ways to inflict damage. Temple of the False Gods. All right. And then we get... All right, so I guess they're not giving you a plain... Okay, and yeah, here are the, wait a minute. They're giving you 2 of these? This is like, oh, okay, so here, all right, so here's, this is kind of like, this isn't one you wouldn't play this in the deck. This is kind of like, it's, you can see how thick it is, so you can't play it in the deck, but it's nice that it's sort of the face card, the big face card. They've just done this instead, and that's better because you can actually store it in the box. And I like that the box is scaled down now. I actually will use this to store these cards. And so these are all the tokens that you get. Mirrors, treasure tokens, golems. Okay, so this is the golem when it breaks up. So not bad. I have to say, I think Wizards did a better job this time around with these. And again, I like to play Brawl with my son. And I will use some of these red cards, certainly, to do that. And in color order, my favorite colors are green, black, red, white, and blue. So one of these days, if I ever do want to make a white deck, I do have enough cards to do that. So anyway, that's what you get with this Strixhaven School of Mages. What's the name of the deck again? Lorehold Legacies. So if you pick one up, you'll get your money's worth.